Still with Nile TV's very special coverage of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli's arrival in the Senegalese capital in participation of the second Dakar Financing Summit for Africa's Infrastructure. Dear viewers, we're joined over the phone by journalist Abdel Latif Wahba. A very good day, sir.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
How are you, sir? And it's a pleasure to have you, our dear guest. Sir, how do you read today's very important, of course, session that's taking place and very important summit in the Dakar Financing Summit for Africa's Infrastructure, which Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli is participating in. And the Prime Minister is stressing that Egypt is looking forward to holding the presidency of course, of the development agency. How do you read this, sir, on the international level?
Yeah, of course, I know that Egypt participated, and the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli on behalf of President Abdel al-Sisi, and stressed in his speech that Egypt pays an important attention and the closeness to the African unity and the African countries at the same time. As you know, it is an important for the African countries to develop its main infrastructures. And this is, of course, includes health, education, transportation, and also the public utilities. It's not a new direction or movement in the African continent, but you remember exactly when President Abdel al-Sisi headed the African Union, he stressed at the same time to give or to ask the developed countries and the international community to help the African countries in developing their utilities. Especially, as you know that this will, of course, secure the other parts of the world like EU, like and so on. From the unlegal immigration, and this, of course, will mean developing the infrastructures. It means creating new jobs. It means at the same time how to face the problems that happened during the past decade in the African countries who are seeking international help to improve their infrastructures. Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, during his speech, he offered many coordinations, our aspects of coordinations between Egypt and the African countries. First of all, to give incentives for the foreign investment to be employed to the African states, and also to create a new industrial zones in many countries of in Africa. This, of course, will help in attracting the foreign direct investment to the African country.
Okay, sir, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli also pointed that the African continent needs about $100 billion per year to fill in the funding gap regarding infrastructure development. From your, how do you read this, sir, and your motto and intake on this fund?
Yeah. As you know that Egypt also adopted this direction when they asked the international community not to donate only, but to invest in the Egyptian, in African countries, especially in main infrastructures. As you know, this was the core element, if you remember, during the international summits of in Sharm el-Sheikh for climate change, as many countries suffered from the climate changes, and at the same time as desertifications and so on. So the African state needs more foreign direct investment. This, of course, to exploit their natural resources and so on.
Okay, sir, finally, how can the summit promote to present the investment opportunities available in Egypt to international business community in light of participation of representative of development banks and financing institutions?
Yeah, of course, as you know that Egypt in a mutual benefit with the African organizations as the African Development Bank. As you know that the Egyptian investments in some African states increase. The last one or the last example is Tanzania, and the Egyptian consortium which established the dam in Tanzania or hydropowers in Tanzania. And at the same time, as you know that Foreign Affairs Ministry has a fund to develop some sectors at the same time in the African states. But anyway, it is a great challenge and also a chance for the Egyptian investors and especially the companies working in constructions and so on to participate in establishing the main infrastructures in the African countries.
Journalist Abdel Wahba, we thank you so much for your intake, sir, for your informative knowledge. Thank you very much for this very important coverage of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouly's participation in the opening summit and session of the second Dakar Financing Summit for Africa's Infrastructure. Thank you very much, sir. And the viewers, stay with us here on Al TV for minute-by-minute coverage of today's very important summit, which Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouly is participating in the Dakar on behalf of President Abdel.